Hey everybody, it's Mr. Cognetti again, and welcome back to math. Today we are going to continue with what we were working on the other day with number bonds. And we're going to start with a warm-up, then we're going to review what we learned super quick last time, and then we're going to move on and dive into number bonds a little bit more, because we're going to keep working hard, okay? So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to count by ones all the way to 10, and we are going to use our fingers to help us. We're going to start with our pinky. We're going to start with our pinky on our left side. So if I was facing the way you're facing, that's this side over here, okay? So you're going to start with that hand. You're going to start with your pinky and go one finger at a time. Count all the way up to 10, okay? Do this with me. Ready? So everyone get their first pinky up there on this side. So you're doing it with me and we're ready and we got the first one already, okay? Here's 1, 2, that's a tough one, 3, 4, 5, you all count with me, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, all right? I want to do that once more, okay? So get that pinky up there ready for number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So there's our counting to 10 by ones. And I want you to guys notice every single time when we said the number 6, that's the first finger we put up on our other hand. So that was number 6, okay? We just counted all the way to 10. Good job. Now let's review what we did last time. Does anybody remember what this thing is called? Let me hear it. It is called a number bond, all right? We're taking numbers, bonding them together or sticking them together to make our, does it make our what? Does anyone remember what this section of the number bond is called? I have it written up here. It is called our whole. So we have our whole up on top. That is the biggest number in our number bond. And then down here we have our two what? What is it called? Our two parts. Part 1, part 2. Part plus part equals whole. Say that with me. Ready? Part plus part equals whole. Good job. We're going to keep saying that so much, all right? It's going to be stuck in your head. Part plus part equals whole. So, now we're going to do some work with this number bond. Okay? I'm going to erase what they're called so I have some room to draw. And we're going to work by plugging in some numbers. And by plugging in, I mean we're going to write some numbers in this number bond, okay? I'm going to draw a picture here. I want you guys to count how many pictures or how many shapes there are. So I'm going to draw some apples. Now my apples are just going to be circles because in math we like to keep our drawings really simple. 1, to save time, and 2, it's less confusing if they're just circles, okay? But in our head, we're going to say they're apples. Okay, so I want you to count how many apples I have. Okay, there's all my apples. How many apples do I have? Take a couple seconds, okay? I'll give you guys a couple seconds to look at those and count them. Okay, now if you need more time to count, go ahead and pause this video. That's what's awesome about doing video lessons. You can pause it and take a break whenever you need to. But if you counted them all, how many apples do you think we have right here? Say it out loud. We have 7 apples. 1, count with me, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So all together, we have 7 apples. Now, I said the word all together. That's a key word. That should tell us that must be our total or our whole. Look at that. What we have all together, our biggest number, is our whole. So if 7 is our whole, where am I going to write that in our number bond? Am I going to write it here? Nope. Am I going to write it here? Yes, because that's our whole. So I'm going to write 7 up top here. Now, for our number bond to take our whole and split it into two groups, we can do that a couple different ways. But before I do it the one way, I want you guys to look at these 7 apples down here. Can you see if they are split into two different groups of numbers? Can you see a group of apples at all? What about over here? Is this a group of apples right here? Is that one group? It is. How many apples are in that group? We're not looking at this right here. How many apples are in this group right there? We have 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. So that can be one of our parts. So where should I write that? In one of our parts sections. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to write the number 3. Okay? So there's one of our parts. Now, this you might go, uh-oh, where do I go from here, Mr. Cognetti? I don't know what to do. But don't let this part stump you. This part's actually kind of the easier part. We have our whole. We took 3 from our whole and put it in one group or one part. In this part, we put the number we write in this part is what we're left with. What do we have left? We already used this 3. So how many do we have left of our original 7? If I use this 3, we're going to count how many we have left. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 left. So I write that in there. Now, according to our number bond and according to that saying I always say, part plus part equals whole. Say that with me real quick. Say it with me. Part plus part equals whole. That means that 3 plus 4 must equal 7. If we add this 3 and this 4 together, we will have 7 all together. Okay? Now let's do it. I'm not positive. I want to be positive. So let's count all these together. 1, 2, 3. There's our 3. Then 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom. Good job. We have 7 apples all together. Part plus part equals whole. So if we were to write this as a number sentence, it'd be 3 plus 4 equals 7. Cool. Now, is that the only way we can split 7 up? Or can we find other numbers inside of the number 7? Let's find out. Give me a second here. I'm going to leave 7 as our whole because we're still working with 7 apples all together. Okay? So we have 7 apples here. Now, can I make a group with a different amount of apples than 3 or 4? 3 or 4, sorry. Take a look, see if you can group these a little differently. If you have your own piece of paper, see if you can take 7 apples and circle any number of apples you want. And that can be one of our parts. Okay? So let's do it together. What if I were to go like this? Here's our 7 apples. I'm going to circle all 3 of those plus these 2. Boom. So now I have all of those in one circle. And if I cover up all these, this is what I have on the other side. Okay? So to start though, in my first circle, I'm going to write the number or the amount of apples that I circled. Okay? So let's count the number of apples I circled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there we go. We have 5 apples. I'm going to put dots in these apples to know we already counted them. So we have 5 apples right there. Okay, so this is already looking a little different than our last number bond. Even though our number or our whole is still the same. It's still 7. So if I have 5 here, remember, this isn't the tricky part. Don't let this stump you. You just get rid of what we've already counted up, which is 5. And how many do we have left? Count those. Sorry, I'm probably covering it. If we cover those up, how many do we have left? 2. Yeah, that's pretty simple. 1, 2. So we write that number in our other part. So now we have 5, 2, and 7. Now, according to part plus part equals whole, that must mean 5 plus 2 equals 7. How can we figure that out to make sure we are correct? There's a couple different ways. We could count all these up again, or maybe we could even count on our fingers. If I started with 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then added 2 more, put them together, do we have 7? Well, let's count. We know there's 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's put 5 in our head and count on. So 5, 6, 7. There's adding our 2, and we have 7 all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, we are right. So, as a number sentence, it would look like that. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Part plus part equals whole. 5 plus 2 equals 7. Okay? Now, for your exit ticket, I want you to work with this same problem. So you're going to have 7 in your hole because you only get 7 apples for this problem. Okay? And you are going to split the number 7, or the amount of 7 apples, up. So you're going to split it up a different way. So you can't use 4 and 3, and you can't use 5 and 2. There's 2 more ways that I can think of that you guys can solve this for your exit ticket, okay? Your exit ticket means you got to do this before you move on to the next lesson, all right? So, remember, to find your first part, well, sorry, let me back up. Rewind. On your piece of paper for your exit ticket, you're going to draw this picture right there, okay? You're going to draw your number bond with 7 in the hole, and then you're going to draw these 7 apples down here, the 7 circles. All right. Now, then your next step is you're going to pick a number of circles that is not 4, 3, 5, or 2. And you are going to circle them. Okay? And however many you circle, you're going to write that number in here, okay, in this part. Then remember, for this number, however many you didn't circle, is going to go in there. And that's going to be your other part. So if you were to take your 2 parts to put them together, you would have a group of 7 apples, okay? So then once you figure out what goes in these circles, I want you to write the number sentence that goes along with it, okay? So you're filling in these blanks. Something plus something else is going to equal 7, all right? Once you've solved that, take a picture of it and send it in, all right? Again, I had a blast. You guys are awesome. I love math. I hope you guys do too. And just remember, if it's coming easy for you, that's awesome. If it's still a little confusing, that's okay. Math's kind of tough, and it takes a while to learn it, and I know you will, okay? You'll be great. So, good luck on that problem, and I will see you in the next math lesson. Bye, everybody.